3 tips on how to find your perfect land. Hi, what's up guys? My name is Eva from Grandvisio. I'm helping people to manage their land in more efficient way. And if you don't have any land, but you're looking into buying or renting, just keep watching. This video is perfect for you. So let's get started with tip number 1. Do your research. So you want to narrow down your search to be able to find land that represents the qualities you're really interested in. So firstly, just consider where you want to live and work. Is it suburbs? Is it countryside? You may as well dream of perfect countryside homestead, but are you ready for that? Are you ready for remote locations? Do they have access? Or will you have to invest in creating a road to your property, because the prices can be lower in remote locations, but you just have to consider what you will have to do to be able to live and work comfortably. Another aspect is climate. If you want to buy in an area you already familiarized with, that's great. However, if you want to move several miles away and it will be a different climate, you just have to be sure you're comfortable with that climate, and the crops you want to grow will be able to handle the conditions, the climate conditions. So before you decide upon area, just check historical weather charts, just read about climate, and be sure you're ready for that. So let's move to tip number 2. It's about orientation. It's related to location, however, this point deserves its own separate considerations. So for example, if you want to move to hilly landscape and the area experiences winters, you want that hill to be facing the sunny side. So in northern hemisphere, that will be south, and in southern hemisphere, that will be north. And the reason why it's important is the sun is low on the sky in winter, and if, for example, your hill is facing north in northern hemisphere, you won't be able to capture that sun's energy. It will be shadier on that side, and it will be colder on that side. The snow will stay for a longer amount of time, and your crops that perhaps you would want to grow in winter will just miss out. If you will be living on flat land, it's also really important that your garden will be facing the sunny direction, because you don't want any additional shade, anything like that. In terms of houses, it's also a great opportunity to capture sun's energy. You could, for example, restructure your house and make it more passive. So on the south side of your home in northern hemisphere, you would want to catch the sun's energy coming through the window, so you would want large amount of windows on that side. On the other hand, on western side, you wouldn't want as many windows, because it would be too hot in the summer. However, you can fix that easily by just planting vines that will shade that side of your home, or you could do roofing just to be able to make that part of your house shadier. So we're done with orientation side of things, and we're moving to tip number 3, which is about finding water elements on your property. As we know, water is really important, and Even if you live in an area that receives plenty of rain throughout the year, you really want to be ready in case of unexpected periods of drought. As we know, the climate is changing, so the best way to irrigate your crops is to use rainwater. You don't want to pay for potable water or any crazy systems. Rainwater is for free and it can be easily captured. The first thing you could do is to capture water from your roof. That could be stored in water containers of any type, really. But if you have at least 35% of clay in your soil, you would be able to create like a dam or pond that would be able to store that rainwater, and you would be able to direct it to your gardens, your orchards, and basically use it for irrigation. Consider also hard surfaces that could catch rainwater that might not be obvious to many people. One example is a parking lot or a road. So that's also super useful. And if you find land that have that opportunities, that's just another box ticked off your list, and I think it will help you make a decision. Because I think when you place different elements in landscape, for example structures or your gardens, you always think about water first. And if some parts of your future land are swampy, that could be a problem for building structures on such an area. However, swampy lands also represent some opportunities, and it could be considered a problem, but it could be as well fixed. And we teach that in our courses. We advise people about these issues and what they can do with them during our consultations. And we also make designs for people that they can use on their lands to efficiently manage their animals, their crops. It basically saves people tons of time and money. Okay, so we're done with these 3 tips, and you might be thinking why I haven't mentioned anything about the class of the soil. Because some people may want to select the best possible class to do some, for example, eco-farming. However, I don't think this is the most important consideration. This is because the soil can be improved by applying permaculture techniques that we teach in our courses. You can find more information by visiting our website, granvisio.com. If you got value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content, because we will be sharing plentiful of advice on this channel about improving the land and about the ways of managing homestead in general. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.